Hello everybody, my name's Wendy Lehman. I'm a fashion stylist and personal shopper, and this is another in my series of videos, Fashion in the Time of Corona. If this is your first time with me, welcome. Please press the subscribe button. Please look for me on social media, like, share, blah, 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 blah. If you're back with me, welcome back. I just want to remind everybody that these videos are not about trivializing what's going on outside. I'm very aware of what we're all going through at the moment. The purpose of these videos is to encourage you to use fashion as a wellness tool, to dress every day so that you feel more confident and positive about what's going on, and you inspire that in the people around you, particularly if you've got children at home. It's also an opportunity to take this time at home to edit your wardrobe, to look at where the gaps are, and to know then when we come out of this what you need to buy so that you can spend wisely and shop sustainably. Okay, I'm partway through the shoe edit. If you haven't seen the earlier videos, I've done boots and ankle boots. I'm now going to start on what I call the shoulder seasons, the spring and autumn footwear. I've come out of boots pretty much now, end of March in Israel. For those of you that don't know, I work in Israel and in England. I'm self-isolated in Israel at the moment, so we're going through my Israeli wardrobe, and so obviously that wardrobe does, as it should do, reflect where I live when I'm here. So there's more hot wear clothes than there would be in my UK wardrobe. Now, the shoulder seasons here are quite short, so you don't need a huge range of shoes. I'm pretty much out of boots now, maybe a few more days, and actually then the weather will be too nice to be wearing boots. So I'm a big fan of fashion trainers and a big fan of platforms. My style personality is quite boyish actually, so I do a lot more trousers than I do skirts and dresses. I feel much more comfortable in trousers, and so a lot of my shoes are geared towards trousers. Where I think a shoe can work for both, I'll point it out to you. You might be somebody whose style personality is very different to that. You might have a romantic style personality, which where you enjoy wearing a lot of skirts, a lot of dresses, all of that kind of thing. There is no right or wrong about this. Your style personality is your own. Identifying what it is, understanding what it is, and buying to suit it is what makes it possible to actually have a wardrobe full of clothes that you love and that love you back, and that's part of what I'm hoping to help you achieve. So if at the end of this video you've got some shoes that you feel fall into the category that I'm talking about but don't look anything like the ones I've been showing you, then obviously that's because we've got different clothing personalities. Please send me pictures. I'd happily comment either privately, or if enough of you are asking the same things, I'll do a short video about that. So I think my shoes for spring and autumn fall into two major categories. One is a kind of fashion trainer. I've obviously got trainers that I wear to the gym. There's nothing particularly interesting about those. But the fashion trainers that have been around for the last couple of years, I have enjoyed doing. I've got two pairs. I've got a neutral pair, which has got just a little bit of detail here, if you can see that, in an animal print. And I've got a black pair, which has got a white platform. And the reason I like the white platform with the black is because it just lightens the whole thing. If this were all black, it would look like an incredibly heavy, wintry shoe, and you really wouldn't be able to get away with it with anything other than a very heavy winter outfit. But because it's got that white, it definitely lends itself to wearing lighter trousers, either lighter fabric or even lighter colour if you want to do that contrast. So that's why the black and white is better than just having a solid black. These are great because they're incredibly comfortable. So if I'm doing a personal shopping trip and I'm walking around all day, I can still look quite fashionable and be comfortable. So I think these are some kind of fashion trainer in your wardrobe for the shoulder seasons is really important. It doesn't necessarily have to be, it doesn't necessarily have to have a rise. It can be completely flat. I always like a bit of a rise because I'm small, but it doesn't need that. But I'd encourage you to get it in a fairly neutral colour, because although there's been lots of kind of multicoloured, mad designed ones out there, and whereas they're a lot of fun, they actually don't go with very much. So and there's a limit to how many times you want to wear these in terms of your outfits. It's not a smart evening look. So I would say you're probably safer getting a neutral, a white, a black, a beige or a cream, something that's quite neutral. It can have a little bit of a design on it, but I wouldn't go too mad with bright pink or whatever. The other type of shoe that I'm doing a lot of in the spring and autumn are a kind of broguey, lace-uppy kind of look. Again, I've gone for flat forms, so let me show you those. And there are three sorts here. So this is a real brogue look. Again, it's got a little bit of a flat form. None of these have got very high heels. Well, they haven't got heels as such. None of these have got much of a rise. This is navy blue. This is fabulous with jeans. So during the spring and autumn, transitioning from the dark denim that I tend to wear more of in the winter to the lighter denim that I wear in the spring and summer, these work with all of those, so it's really good. Again, I've mentioned before, show a little bit of ankle if you can, because that will elongate the foot. But because this is blue, if you've got a denim jean that comes all the way down to a blue shoe, you get that elongated look. These are all quite, all the shoes I'm going to show you now are quite manly, I think, so this isn't going to be for everybody. If you are somebody who really enjoys wearing jeans, but actually all of this would feel a bit manly for you, then a moccasin, a traditional moccasin or a Todd or something like that will achieve the same thing, but is slightly softer. It's softer. It's usually softer leather. It's got less of a manly look about it, and might definitely, for romantics or people with that sort of in their personality, will definitely feel more comfortable. So a moccasin can achieve the same thing that my brogues and lace-ups do. The other two I've got are quite similar. This is black and with a camel line. The camel line lightens it a bit, which really makes it work well in spring and autumn. Works very well with all my autumnal coloured wardrobe. So this works well with the camel bit of it, means it works well with my camel. I've got a camel coat which I wear in the spring. It's not lined, it's quite a lightweight coat, but it's camel coloured, so this is great so I can have a pair of black trousers, the camel coat, and then this shoe which will bring it together. And of course, because if you know me, you'll know I love metallics, this fabulous Metameric bronze shoe. I'm a huge fan of this kind of colourway in metallic coloured anything, as you're probably starting to realise. And this shoe really goes with absolutely everything. So this is bronze. You could do a pewter. If you can find a pewter version of this, that would also work really well. And it will literally go with every single colour in your wardrobe. So it's a really, really good investment. Again, it's got a little bit of a rise. Now this type of shoe is very much on trend, has been for a couple of years, hopefully is going to be for a couple of years more. But the same thing applies to this that I mentioned with the flat form ankle boots. If this look starts to go out of fashion, you need to get rid of it, because it will be something that would absolutely date you, especially if you're a more mature woman, because women of our age wearing stuff that's no longer on trend, no longer contemporary, will age you disproportionately. So it's important to keep an eye open. I don't spend a lot of money on these shoes. I mean, they're all in the region of, I don't know, about £30, £40 in English money. And therefore, if I get a lot of wear out of them for 2 or 3 years, I don't feel bad about moving on to something more contemporary. The other one that I want to share with you now is this. This is it's a slightly, that's really hard for you to see it, I fear. It's not a flat form. It's got a small platform in the front and a chunky heel. Again, I've mentioned before, I'm not a lover of heels that are too thin. I don't think it looks stylish. I think it can cheapen your look. This is this I tend to wear with trousers that are slightly cropped so that there's a bit of ankle between the bottom of the trouser and the shoe, because it's a very chunky shoe and can end up looking all a bit hefty if the trouser goes all the way down. It's not great with dresses or skirts, so I would encourage anybody who enjoys wearing dresses and skirts more than trousers to look for something that's, I mean, you could wear something like this, but maybe that has a lower vamp, doesn't come up quite so high, and maybe isn't quite as chunky as this. And then it would be, it's a good shoe that gives you some coverage, but it's not too hefty or too chunky. Okay, the next lot I'm going to do in a separate video so that it isn't too long, and that will be the kind of spring into summer look. So look forward to seeing you again soon.